Ooh. Mm.
Yeah, let me go live. I don't know. It's always something with Mixer, you know?
Where was I sitting yesterday? Like right here?
Okay. Make sure you include your
Not
audio.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's included.
Did you guys get the stream, the co-invites?
I'm in yours. I'm in the co stream.
What was that, Queen?
So I'm trying to hit these angles.
Oh my god.
I didn't get it.
We didn't get the invite?
Oh shit, Jay, what court is that?
What?
What court is that? I just beat what you were playing on.
Oh, my team.
Oh, okay.
My team 3-on-3.
Ew.
You get that invite?
Sign in. Let me
Kevin Smalls.
What'd you say?
It's not coming. Let me look at it on Mixer. It's not coming through on my
Alright. It's fine. It gives people some time to see that we're live anyway. You get that one? Yeah, you've been appearing offline 42 days straight. What the hell? Who are you hiding from?
everybody.
What the fuck just happened?
Every fucking.
Jay send that co-stream invite?
Oh, Jesus. Mixer fucking up. Too early for this. I'm going to Twitch.
Alright, I'm in again.
Yeah.
Bye.
What you talking about? You gonna follow me?
Oh, I'm defending. I'm definitely gonna play for the team.
Can you get it online too or no?
Let me put my starting screen. Live.
I don't even have a starting screen anymore. Screen that I'm on my starting screen now.
I'll just repost what I posted yesterday and change the topic.
There you go. Smart move.
Stream. ETIQUETT.
Are you in the coach stream or not? I'm only
sounds
asking
about
so that
right.
way I can play.
He's off.
Are you in? Cause I don't want to start playing and she's like, I'm not in the coach stream, I need an invite. Now I gotta bring the shit back up. Much rather just keep it up.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going.
Oh, she just went live. How cute.
Okay, I accepted the invite.
Coach stream invite?
I don't know if I'm in there, but I accepted.
I mean, if you're doing it from your computer, you probably check. Hold on, let me see. Tell you.
Okay, yeah, I'm in there.
Okay. Alright. Yo, I'm tired as hell too. I had to wake the fuck up. Let's see, it sounds like you're tired. You're really awake.
Okay.
Are you awake or are you sleepy?
I'm getting there.
I'm just tired.
Got tired. We're all tired. You know, I guess
Sleep right
it's for the love of the stream. Here, let me put my headphones up because it's kind of hard to hear you. So make sure I can hear you, because you know you're over here. Yeah, she whispering. I can't wake nobody up.
Can't hear shit.
I see dead people.
Hey guys, how you doing today?
I see dead people.
Straight come up. Thank you for the host.
Oh, that's so nice. We're getting hosts so early. It's not popping up on mine, so I don't know. Okay, I guess we are in a party chat, but I mean a co-stream, but I don't know.
I just peeped.
Thank you for the host.
Oh, she is. Look at her popping off already.
That is so beautiful. So
one crazy eye and one lazy eye right now.
So this morning, for Brew Talk, we decided to yeah, make sure you could do that.
Wow, my mic was muted this whole time. I'm just kidding. Can't do that. But it was muted this whole damn time.
So that you're.
So this morning for Brew Talk, we decided. Wait, can they hear us? Did you put it on now?
I'm checking right now.
Okay.
I'll just keep talking. I'll let you.
Okay. So this morning for Brew Talk, we decided to we wanted to talk about streaming etiquette, because I feel like there's 3 people in here with 3 different ideas of streaming etiquette, and I feel like everybody will have like their own idea and their own thought process of what streaming etiquette should be, or what they want their stream to look like. But I wanted to start off with some do's and don'ts of streaming, and to see if like we could all kind of come to like some common ideas or common tips and points to do and don't. So I want to start off with the do's, because I want to start off positive. So Meech, for like your stream, when it's a slight echo by the way, but when you're streaming, what are some of the things that you try to focus on or you try to do? What are some do's for you?
I make sure whoever's in my chat, whether it be one person or 16 people, I make sure I talk to everyone.
So focusing on chat.
I try to. Yes.
Okay.
And I try to make sure that I try to talk as much as in the stream as possible, whether there's people there or not. Like, I feel like you should always try and just keep talking, because someone's gonna come in one way or the other, and if you're not talking, they're not gonna be inclined to stay.
Okay. So are we talking?
And I feel like you should have at least some type of overlay on there, or something, like just something to show that you care. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy. I'm not saying it has to be like the top notch, but just something to show that you're actually trying to do something.
And see,
that's actually dope.
That'll actually be like my first, like, I don't want to say like debate, but I don't think I don't think it's necessarily needed. I think it helps.
An overlay?
Nah, yeah, I think that it helps, but like at the end of the day, if you can get your personality to show, your personality is going to show, and people are going to be there and appreciate you regardless. I think if anything, I think if something was quote unquote needed, I mean, I don't even think that this is really needed. But before overlay, I would get a camera. Like, if you're gonna spend money to get an overlay made, you're better off spending money to get that camera, because I feel like face cam really is gonna help your stream. I think most people like watching people with face cam for different reasons, whatever reason that they have. But I know I prefer somebody with a face cam than somebody without, because it just makes it more personable and makes it more, I guess, fun and entertaining. Like, I know me, I make some funny ass faces when I'm like in a moment, like I'm really like into it. People love seeing that. If you don't have a face cam, then you're not gonna be able to see those type of things. So how about you, Queen? What's some of your do's? Queen?
Have a schedule.
No, okay. Have a schedule. That's great. Okay.
I had to think about that for a minute. Yeah, definitely have a schedule.
And stick to that schedule.
Because if you can't have a schedule, I mean, you're just gonna be all over the place. You're not really gonna get anything consistent.
Being consistent, yep.
So that's yeah, I think that's the point. If you're really gonna do it, just you need to have a
Right. What else? I'm trying to think of some things that, like, while you're streaming.
While you're streaming, let's see. Well, you definitely have to interact with chat. Because we're not all ninjas.
Right, we don't have 57 mods.
Right, like, you have to interact with chat. You have to be on the lookout.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of tools available to help us with that,
Mm-hmm.
like bots and whatnot. It's different ways to do it without being fully
Mm-hmm.
interacted. I think a huge do for me, a huge do is, I mean, besides be yourself, but
Yeah, so that's a good one.
focus your content around like what you like to do, what you enjoy doing. You know what I mean? Because it's just
Mm-hmm.
gonna bring more positivity, and nobody wants to be in a negative Nancy stream.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be
Mm-hmm.
honest.
Okay, so how about how do you guys feel about like cursing? So like, do you feel like especially for people who are 18 and over streams, do you feel like that there's some extremes, or you think since it is 18 and over, they can pretty much say what they want? Like, how do you feel about anybody who does do 18 and over? Like, how do you think that they can handle their streams in a proper way? Is there a proper way, or is it just
It,
because they're 18 and over, they can just kind of do whatever they want?
it depends, honestly. Like if you're not cussing after every single word,
Mm-hmm.
like everyone cusses, like it's a okay, it happens. But
Right.
if you're not cussing over after every single word, then you're good. Because at the end, if you're doing an 18 OT, everyone should know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
But not everyone expects to hear, you know, fucking after every single word you say.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Right.
How about you, Queen? Do you feel the same exact way? Like
Because
for 18? Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were done. You go ahead.
I was gonna say it's also like a huge it's a turn off too for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know, cussing is like now accepted in today's society,
Mm-hmm.
but there's definitely a limit you should be doing.
I agree. I agree. For somebody who does curse, I think uh, I limit myself a lot more than what I typically do because I am streaming, and I also feel like at the end of the day, I am an 18 plus streamer. But there's still
Hmm.
gonna be those 1, 2, 3, 4 kids that click onto my damn stream and just bypass
Yep.
that little like watch button. You know what I mean? It's not like super secure. Not that it has to. Like it's
Right.
just the mixer's doing what they have to do on their behalf. Like they stop it. But kids, it's not that difficult. You just press a button and hit continue, and you're into the 18 plus stream. So also try to keep in mind that there is going to be those 1 or 2 kids that come in and watch me. So like if they are there, I don't want to be a terrible role model. Another terrible echo. Terrible echo. Um. Yeah, so I try to keep in mind about the kids because there will be those kids that come out of nowhere. So Queen, how do you feel about cursing on stream? Like, is it like a constant thing, or like you want to try to stray away from it? Period.
Uh, Personally, I try not to overdo it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a cusser. That's just point. That's who I am.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
So I feel like if it's who you are, be yourself. But if it's very excessive,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you really? Which way are you trying to take your stream? Like,
Do you think that you could be a successful streamer with overly cursing?
I'm sure.
It's hard
I think
because
Oh
think
no, that's a good question right there. I'm not sure.
right, because I think it depends on your overall personality and how you're putting it out there. Like if it's a persona you're portraying, and your community you built around it, I think it might take a little bit longer because I feel like a lot of people are kind of turned off by the excessiveness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree.
But if
you
you
have to
can
also
spin it,
remember.
if you can spin it in a way to where it's like part of your persona, people might
Attract a
enjoy
little bit
that.
more.
Like I don't know.
But
Okay.
also remember,
Yeah.
if you're gonna be a successful streamer and whatnot, you're gonna be on a broader scale.
Exactly.
And
That's
like a
exactly what I
lot
was
more
thinking.
people it's gonna come to you, and then what's gonna happen is if you keep cussing whatever, the way today's society is set up, social media is a great tool to try and expose people,
Mm-hmm.
and people are gonna be like, oh, look at this streamer cussing for 2 minutes straight, whatever the case may be. It could be a bad look on you for real.
Yeah, because like
Right.
I think even Ninja found that out kind of like the hard way because Ninja used to curse a lot, and then he went to the whole PG thing, and he doesn't curse at all. And I think once you hit a certain threshold in fans, once you hit like a certain I guess popularity, that you're gonna have to switch it up. You can't just keep cursing. And even though like your core fans might be used to something like that, And Ninja lost a lot of fans, and people started hating him because he stopped cursing. But it also made him expand. Like, it made him expand because I went to Kohl's the other day and saw that Ninja got his own underwear, his own t-shirts, his own socks. I think if he was cursing 24/7 and things like that, he wouldn't be able to land those type of deals and those type of markets. So at the end of the day, I think if you're doing it overly vulgar, then that probably is gonna hurt you in the long run, and especially hurt your money. And I think we all kind of would like to make a decent living off of streaming. So I think limiting the cursing, even if that is
that's
you.
why he made the after dark stream, so he could cuss and whatnot.
I didn't know that he even had that until you just said that. And that's fair. Like, if you want to curse and you want to be yourself and you are Ninja, then yeah, like, you start up after dark where only mostly adults will be online. I think that's a good one. So how about some don'ts? What's some don'ts? Like when you go into a stream, what are some things you don't want to see? And if you see it, you're instantly like, all right, I'm turned off. I get the hell out of here.
All right, well, hold on. Before I move on, we have definitely maybe that made a comment.
Oh, I can't see it.
Yeah, we had one
I'll make sure
earlier.
it's messing up. I don't know, but go ahead.
Okay, he says, yeah, we had one earlier that joined a buddy of mine's stream. Now my mate bans age talk for that reason, so we deleted the message and said this is an 18+ stream and it's against the rules to talk age. He then got shitty saying, so what if I'm whatever, I don't care about your rules, and then got shitty like when we timed him out. And he's like, and if you're playing horror games, of course people are gonna swear.
Of course.
It's not that they swear, it's like excessive.
Right, it's just excessive. Like, I swear a lot on my stream. Well, I don't say a lot. Again, I try to not be excessive, but I do. In real life, I swear a lot. When I'm on stream, I have to limit that. Whether it's a curse word or sentence, that's better than me cursing every other word. Like, everybody has their own idea of excessive. You know what I mean? If you're somebody who does uses curse words a lot, then you have to limit yourself on stream, because like regardless, like nobody wants to hear it every other word. I'm somebody who curses, and like if you sound like you have to curse every other word just to get or communicate or get your point across, then I just don't want to listen to you. Any other comments? Because again, I can't read any, so just make sure like you guys keep me on point, because it's messing up.
He just said, I get you. I just joined halfway through the discussion.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sounds good, bro. I just so like some don'ts again. Like if you join a random channel and you're like, all right, even deeper, like you got like 30-40 viewers, you got 10, whatever the case may be, and you want to raid them or host them or whatever the case may be. What are some things that you look for that might turn you off? Like you're like, I can't host this person because of
no
this.
interaction.
Okay, so a don't is make sure you interact. So a don't is do not interact. I guess you have to interact.
It's not like I'm saying when I come into your stream, I get A1 5 minutes because I don't know how bad their delay is or anything.
That's a long time.
I give everyone 5 minutes. If I say no, because you don't know if they're deep in the game.
No, I get it. I'm saying most people are just like a couple seconds shit. Like, oh, he say nothing to me, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Now I give you 5 minutes, I'm gonna say what's up to you. And if you don't say nothing back to me, I'm gone. Like, there's no, like, it's done after that. It happened to me the other day. Like, there's some doing to where, like, I happened to see a thing because he's retweeted. And I'm like, all right, I told him I was gonna come through and watch. He's like, all right, bet, cool. I came through, I said, what's up? And he seen what I said and went right to the next person. Oh, what's up, so-and-so? Oh, I'm gone. And that was that.
Wait, so I kind of rigged it to where my phone can see the chat, so I can actually chat. You also have the issue that certain regions take different words differently. Scottish people use the C word quite a bit, but if you say it in America, completely different. That's actually a solid point.
Correct.
That's a very solid point. But I think that also comes with knowing your demographic and knowing your community. So if you know like your community is predominantly Scottish, then I guess you can get away with it a little bit more. But I'm pretty sure most of our small community, small or big, are probably predominantly in the USA, so we kind of know like what's accepted and what's not. But I mean, that's a very interesting take on that. You're definitely right. You're definitely right. So, Queen, what are some of your don'ts? Like, if you join somebody's stream, what's something that you're like turned off by like instantly? You're like, I gotta get the hell out of here.
There's a list of them, but I think the number one being is
I was drinking. You can't do that.
Depends what do you consider ratchet though?
Ratchet is just I
Well,
think no, not even that, because if that's their personality, that's their personality.
That's who they are, right?
More so like if I come into the chat and they're talking trash about somebody else, or they got a lot of background stuff going on,
Mm-hmm.
and they back there yelling or whatever it is, like that's ratchet. That's a huge turnoff, because I'm not gonna host you to my community,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm holding myself to almost like want to be partner level.
Mm-hmm.
I have great expectations of who I'm putting on my channel. So if I come in your channel, you got all this background talking going on, you talking some crazy stuff, like it's just.
So focusing on your channel. Make sure you're giving your stream time and your community and whoever's watching your full attention. Go ahead.
Right.
Next one.
The other one is, of course, if they're making like innuendos, like overly innuendos,
Mm-hmm.
or trying to hint at like anything kind of like racist or homophobic.
Oh yeah, of course,
like
huge.
you're drawing.
I'm like, I'm like, no, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm not even gonna give you the 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
She said, no, bye.
Stream quality. If your stream quality is constantly choppy, I ain't putting the pieces to the puzzle together. Like, I'm out of there.
Now wait, would you tell them though before you dip out, or you just leave them in the dark? Because now a lot of people know that. Like it is etiquette to have your laptop up or computer on when you're streaming. But what people don't know that, would you tell them?
I would be like, are you hardwired in? Like,
right. I like that.
Like,
there's different ways to go about it.
I wouldn't just be like,
yes.
Yo, your stream is shit.
Yeah.
Not don't draw.
Right.
So their whole motivation.
Right, but it's more so like, hey, how long have you been? The good introduction to that is, hey, how long have you been streaming?
Right.
Okay, what are you streaming through? Do you have a different setup? Are you watching your channel?
Are you doing it through Xbox?
You're doing it through Xbox, a computer. Are you hardwired? Stuff like that, like.
That makes sense.
I can't do it.
That was that's like a real good way to put that. Like, so another don't is I guess have bad stream quality, just straight up. Try to make sure that if you are streaming through Xbox, or if you do have a slow internet connection, try to push it as much as you can. I know for me, like, I'm like a power guy. I love power. I try to get the most out of my fucking stream. So it's like, if I could push 4K 60 frames per second, then I'm doing it.
Right.
That's just who I am. I just like as much power as possible. But I think in today's day and age, I think 60 frames per second or 30, at least 30. You definitely don't drop below 30, but at least 60 to 30 frames per second is like needed. At least 720. Like, if you can't pull 30 frames per second at 720p, then like you really gotta try something. And I know everybody's financial situation is different or whatever, but again, I'm not saying you need the most powerful computer, because for somebody who loves power, I ain't got the most powerful computer. But if you stream,
but you're working towards it.
Oh, of course. But if you stream straight through your Xbox, you're gonna get 720 30 frames per second pretty damn easy. I think most internets can handle that. So if you're somebody who is starting off streaming or does want to start streaming or thinking about it, at least 720 30 frames per second. And yes, hardwired for sure. Yes, because that's gonna help tremendously. What else, Queen? I kind of like what you're getting at here.
I have something that I would add.
But you can add to it.
I was gonna say, when it comes to streaming, and like, if someone ever hosts you, if someone follows you, someone raids you, whatever the case, when you send you sparks, embers, donate, make sure y'all thank them.
Yes.
Because they don't have to. They don't have to do the stuff that they're doing.
Yep.
They don't have to. Because what's gonna happen is, if you don't say thank you, it's gonna put a bad taste in their mouth. And like, wow, I gave him $600, and this ungrateful wanna not say thank you or nothing. Yeah, it's over for you, son. Like,
I definitely say thank you for everything.
I think,
Even if
of
they're there
course.
all the time, like I can't stress to people enough that when you are so used to like your community, you're like, oh, like they're here. I guess what I'm trying to say is never take anybody for granted. Even if they're there every single night,
'Cause they,
every single second, every single minute, you still gotta say thank you. Like it's the first time, like it's the second time,
the very first time.
like it's the first minute meeting them. Treat them with so much respect and so much love because that's what they deserve. And even if it is somebody who goes in there one and done, you still gotta say thank you. You still gotta act like they're there every single night. So just make sure, I guess, what I'm saying is show respect to whoever is in there because again, there's a million other streamers that they could be watching. But the fact that they're choosing you, you should be super thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Queen. What's some more on this list? Because I want to hear some of this.
Okay, so before I go on it, we have a comment from Charlie Two Guns. Hey, Charlie. It says, as a viewer, I love the fact that you guys would sit down and have this conversation.
Oh yeah, I saw. Oh, thank you,
Oh,
Charlie. We try,
Thanks.
man. You know, just
We appreciate the love.
we're trying different ideas here, bouncing around ideas, and we came up with this one. Early morning talks for like an hour. And, you know, thank you for watching. I appreciate
Listen,
it.
we got ratchetness.
Ratchetness. Now, okay, hold on. For anybody who probably doesn't even, because like I'm pretty sure there's somebody who's like, what does ratchet mean? Ratchet is just being like, how can I say it without sounding? No, because
So,
like you can't. Like even ghetto is kind of like a slang term. I'm trying to think of like a way that everybody can understand.
But I mean, we're calling it what it is.
No, it is. No. Because I could be ratchet. I love being ratchet sometimes. Like there's a time for ratchet.
fun.
Yeah, there's a time for ratchet.
Sometimes, okay, exactly. There's a type.
Like I have a
I'm
junk
talking
stream.
like ratchet,
That
like-
is ratchet. I like to have fun on my junk stream.
Oh, yeah.
I act ratchet. Like,
But
but
you-
it's funny.
You do that like once a week.
Right,
I'm
once a
talking about
week,
If
right.
every stream
No, I
you got
agree.
background noise going on and
I agree.
you yelling at your kids,
Speaking of drunk stream, that's tonight.
doing a
It is
bunch
tonight,
of other
but go
crazy
ahead.
stuff.
Right.
And I'm guilty of it. I started doing that when I first started like yelling at my kids.
Having
and I
all
had to
6 of
set
your baby
aside a
dads
time.
all at the house.
Baby dads.
Right.
Go to sleep right now.
Or like, or even just the conversation you're having if you're in a party.
Good one. Good one.
It's just
Good one.
ratchet and like
You watch. See, that's another thing.
I
That's also,
can't.
Yeah, no.
You gotta watch
that's
you
also
having
one.
your party.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
What they say.
Huge. Oh, you just like you brought me to life right there. I was sleepy, but now I'm awake. You gotta watch out who's in your party. You gotta watch out who's in the background, even if it's in your house, even if it's your fiance, whether it's your damn dog. I don't care who it is. You gotta watch all that stuff because it all matters. People get turned off by some of like the weirdest stuff. Like you might have a cat in your stream and like I hate cats. I'm out of here. Like you gotta be careful. And like again, it's your stream, so you can put whatever you want out there. But you know the way today's society is, sometimes you just gotta watch out what you're doing. That's it. Go ahead, Queen.
So yeah, that
I'm not
if
gonna
I
get
go
this
into
drunk.
if I go into a stream and the streamer's kind of talking to everybody else but me, or they're talking about some stuff that like I can't be included in because I don't know the joke or
Yo,
I'm
that's
not
crazy.
picking up on the context. It's
That
kind
you
of
say
like I
that.
feel left out, and then I'm like, well, I'm not enjoying myself or the conversation. Like, I can't relate. So, bye.
That's crazy that you say that because my girl says the same thing all the time.
What'd she say?
For real.
Yeah, because she gets every time when she's when she's trying to watch the stream, she wants to laugh with us and doing everything, but she says she can't because like sometimes the audio's not included.
Okay, so definitely maybe commented kind of on that what you just said. Meech, he said also if people are co-streaming, having whoever is in your co-stream include their audio in your stream as getting half a conversation is a little annoying. So here's my question to that, because we're just discussing you have to watch who's in your stream audio. So there's some people I will play with and have in a party, but I won't include them in my audio because I know they just cannot. Like, I love the person, but they just cannot be. You know what I mean?
We've been there before.
So as a viewer, as a viewer, maybe are you thinking that maybe we shouldn't play with that person or co-stream with that person, or would
That's
that be
tough.
acceptable at that point to to not include their audio? Like, is there ever a point where it's okay and not annoying for the audio to not be included for you guys? Like, how do you feel us as streamers should approach
Right,
that
because sometimes
situation?
like you're playing a game and like you enjoy the person you're playing with, like you really love them and you respect them and you want to play with them. Like I run into this a lot. Like sometimes my boys don't know how to stop.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to turn it off. Well, not my boys, my one boy. He just don't know how to stop. So I have to tell him before I go into the stream. I'm saying we deal with this every night. You guys, Queen actually stopped including our audio at one point because of him. So like I'm like, bro, like when we do streams, there's a certain level of etiquette, which we're talking about today, that I have to show, that I have to pronounce to the world. And he you know, he gets it, but he's just he's just being himself. So like he's just a goofy person. He says what he wants, and you know, I respect him for it and I love him. But I feel like at times I can't include his audio, but I enjoy him so much and we game so much that I don't just not want to game with him. So no, if there is a person that you believe isn't beneficial to your stream, that's fair. I mean, I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. So like, I think my boy is beneficial to my stream because of how funny he is. I just don't always approve of some of the things that he says.
Right.
I think
But he got
it's
better though.
no,
Like,
he's definitely got better. I'm not bashing him. No, I'm just giving out an idea, bro. Like,
no,
of course
no, I know.
not. So what I'm saying is like, there is certain aspects and certain times where you know, your friends might have to take a back seat if that's what you feel is perfect for you. I think that goes into a deeper conversation. Like, if you feel like your friends around you probably aren't the best or aren't looking out for your stream or looking out for you, you probably shouldn't be friends with them. Or if you do want to be friends with them still, maybe you should just let them have a back seat while you're streaming. I think that's up to the person. Or if they're really your friends, you should be able to have a sit down conversation with them, kind of like I did with my boy, and was like, listen, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, and I don't need you messing it up for me. And he understood completely and fixed the way he talked when I'm streaming. So if that's really your friend, you should be able to have a conversation with that person and say, hey, this is what I plan on doing, and this is what I don't want you to mess up for me. So please, like, let's make sure we do this the correct way. But I've been in with streamers, and there are 4 people streaming, and you can hear 2 people, but not the others. So the context of the conversation is always lost. Right. But again, that's what we're saying. Like, it's always 50-50 though, because if the conversation is like kind of lost for you guys, it might be beneficial for you, because not always the conversation is the best. So maybe those 2 people that you can't hear are the ones who are too vulgar, too crazy, and you know, the streamer's looking out for their community or looking out for you guys. Like, this might not be what you want to hear, so we're just not going to include their audio.
But you know what? In that case, I feel like I wouldn't even co-stream with that person. I would just keep them in party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't co-stream with them neither. That's what you're saying. I'm talking specifically party.
Thing is choose who, like how we talking about choose who you have in your audio. Choose who you are sharing your co-streams with. Choose who you are co-streaming with.
Very
choose
strategic.
Who you're hosting.
Oh well, you you ran into that one. You ran into that one. Yeah.
That killed me.
We play my player. Oh, that must be
yeah. That's for me.
Yeah, I do.
Basketball related.
Nah, that junk killed me.
No, for sure.
I'll never get over that.
Make sure you watch your co-streaming. Like, co-streaming is, I guess, a way of networking and a way of showing support. But make sure, like,
and it's fun.
Like, for me, I know Meat said he spends 5 minutes in a chat to see if you want to stay there. For me to host you, I gotta be in there, you know, a couple days. A couple out, like, you know, I really gotta spend time in your stream because
my outlook on that.
Well, yeah, but for anybody who had the same outlook as you, who are just like, all right, I'm gonna host just to show support, and you know, you kind of trust people to kind of keep the same etiquette that we do. Not everybody has the same etiquette as, you know, possibly us or you. So please make sure, like, I mean, unless you want that type of, you know, that type of heat on you, or that type of oh, sorry, I thought you're talking to me. Unless you want that type of heat or you want that type of content on your page, then I guess, host them. But if you want to keep your page, pretty clean and not too crazy, don't just host everybody. So what else? Because I'm gonna get to this list. Go ahead.
If I host off to a page and shit get crazy, I am not afraid to redo my host. Like,
oh yeah, for a
sorry,
fact.
not sorry. Like,
Most definitely.
I can't.
I mean, because it's a direct reflection of you. Because like the person you are hosting could be somebody that you know. It might not be somebody that you know, but whoever's viewing your page at that time has no idea. So just saying something that they disagree with, they're gonna get off your page forever. They're not never gonna go back. They're like, what the hell am I watching right here? I need to get out of here. Go ahead. All right. Go ahead.
I had a my train of thought just blew up.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst.
I had it right there too.
Maybe I can bring it back to you. So I'm trying to think of some of my don'ts. I'm not really too picky. Go ahead. There it is. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to know how you guys feel about eating on stream. Is it a do? Is it a don't?
I snack on stream, especially during drunk streams.
Does it depend on how
I'm like, what do you mean eating? Do you mean like a snack or do you mean like a full course?
I think she means eating, bro. Just eating in general.
Anything.
Yeah, eating in general.
I know some people like it.
I think.
And like,
I feel like
don't draw.
Like I'm guilty of eating on stream, whether it be a snack or
I think everybody
I'll
is.
have a full sandwich, but I'm not out here chewing like a fucking cow.
I think that's the biggest deal.
With a messy face.
I think eating on stream with a question mark as a viewer, it depends. Right. It really just depends. I would never eat a fucking Big Mac on stream and have ketchup and mayonnaise and mac sauce over my face.
Oh yeah, that's
just like indulging into the screen like, look at me. Like, no, I'm never gonna be this.
But there's some people that like that though, which is crazy.
I mean, if that's your thing, this ain't the channel for you, buddy. Well, I mean, it could be because my personality, but I'm not gonna be always eating on. So this is probably not the best environment for you if that's what you're looking for. And if you're turned on by it, hey, I'm happy that I can help you today. But I don't feel comfortable doing it all the damn time. Probably the most that I've eaten on stream, again, just like snacks, like pretzels. It's like little stuff. We all know what snacks are: Doritos, any type of chip. I think that's fine. And if you're doing it, just don't be overly obnoxious. When I'm eating a damn Dorito, I'm not gonna be in my mic like no, just don't do that. Like, try to bite a little softer, back away from your mic a little bit. I don't know how you eat, but just don't be a fucking horse, I guess. Like, relax.
Chew with your mouth closed.
Yeah, don't let me see the inside of your mouth, like while you're eating. Like, there's a way. There's a way to do it, but we do have plenty of viewers in here, and I mean, you guys can throw around what you guys feel. Because Charlie said it just depends. It depends on what. Exactly what we just said. Like, if it's overly, or like, do you feel like it's just not okay at all? Like, would you rather stay away from it? I don't feel like it's a don't. I'm not sure if I would classify it as a don't. Like, if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat, and if I want to stream, I'm gonna stream. Like, I want to give you guys a good show. Right? You just gonna get me eating. But again, I think there's certain ways to go about it. As long as you not just staring at the camera chewing while a whole lot of dead air and it's messy or loud ones on the chat that day. I can't, like, just thinking about that is like the funniest thing in my damn head. Just like staring deep into like all your viewers' soul, just like it's so delicious. Don't you wish you had a Big Mac? Like, nah, don't do that. You're overdoing it. You're overdoing it.
That's not it.
That's definitely not it.
Oh my god.
If I was streaming, I'm probably gonna like not look deep into your soul. I'm just gonna eat like I normally eat, and like I eat like typically the way that I eat, I'm scarfing. I'm a scarfer. So like if I have 20 nuggets in me, those 20 nuggets are gone in 5 minutes. You'd be lucky if I chew anything. Like, I'm just going. So when I'm on stream, I change that up. I can die for some chicken nuggets, bro. You know, one might get stuck in my esophagus, but fuck it, have it on stream. I
That's a
might
good
blow
point,
up.
'cause you know what?
Oh
I'm
my
guilty of
God.
eating on stream.
You're what?
But one time I went and I'm guilty of eating on stream.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But one time I went and watched a stream of people I knew, and they were like sitting around eating all together, and I was like, this is kind of weird to watch.
That is super weird.
You know, so it kind of like turned me off a little from eating on stream. And then this other stream, I would watch, the person would be eating, and they'd be smacking, they'd be talking with their mouth open, and I'm just sitting here like,
Again, okay, so like you saying that, like I can imagine, just to throw a streamer out there, I can imagine someone like Dr. Disrespect doing some shit like that, and it would be considered funny because that's a part of his persona. You know what I'm saying? I think if you are a character, and I think that you are just, I mean, we're all funny, but I think if you're just that type of character, like Dr. Disrespect's a character, he can get away with that type of stuff.
Right.
Like he'll do it over exaggerating on purpose. Thank you for the follow, COD God. You know, I call myself COD God too. Oh, thank you for the host too. We can see who's more godly one day, COD God. I think like if you're that type of character and you're that type of person and you're just overly over the top like Dr. Disrespect is, I guess you could get away with something like that once and it'll be funny.
And for the host,
right.
But I think for the most part, I would try to stay away from it if you're a smacker. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah. I want to touch on the drunk streaming.
Okay, go ahead.
I had an incident where when I first started off, I did a drunk stream, and I got really talked. I got really talked down to about it because I guess they felt I was too
drunk,
trashy.
Oh, how are you trashy?
Like,
because you're drunk?
I didn't feel, like because they were like, well, if we bring somebody into your stream to show you off and you're sitting here taking shots and you can see like you're clearly inebriated, like that's not cool.
That's why we let you know it's gonna be a drunk stream, though.
I got opinions on that.
It was. Everybody knew it was going to be a drunk
Yeah.
stream. But I was just like, okay, I can kind of see that point of view. But at the same time, like everybody kind of does it. You know what I mean? So I think it's the context. Like to me, my version of sloppy is if you're out here drunk, you're passing out, you're falling over, you're slurring your words, you can't even play, you can't sit up, you can't pay attention to the chat. Like, okay, that's excessive. That's really what you're doing. That's trashy. That's trashy. But if you're just taking a shot or two and just kind of
having
chilling,
fun,
drinking, having fun, and you're still attentive to everything and everybody, and everybody's having a good time, I mean, if you don't like it, then kind of
that's on you.
Yeah, well, no, like whoever told you
you're
that
trashy and you're losing yourself like you are in a bar, shit gets wild.
Wild, I agree.
You should cut that
But
off.
see,
like, that's not a good look.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's looked at as bad. But hey, on Twitch we got girls getting their ears sniffed and licked by dogs and catch drinking alcohol, but drinking that everyone does. Yeah, I got a problem with that. Listen, me and the squad do a drunk stream every Friday or Saturday, depending the week or whatever, and we drink a lot. And we still interact with everyone. We drink a lot, and we still interact with everyone. So I don't want you to feel bad because you're drinking. Listen, everyone drinks.
Right.
Like, as long as you enunciate and let people know a week or 2 weeks ahead, like, yo, listen, on this day, I'm doing a drunk stream, so come have fun, whatever the case may be. Now, where you go wrong is if, let's say, you're like, oh yeah, I'm a stream, and then out of nowhere, you're just gonna start drinking out of nowhere. I think that would be the only problem. That would be the only problem I'll have with it. But if you give everyone a update, don't let no one get you down or let them call you trashy because you're drinking on stream. Like, clearly they don't want to have fun.
Here's the thing: it was a celebratory drinking stream between 3 streamers that had all hit like our
miles. Yeah.
So it was like we weren't that out of control. It wasn't that trashy.
Whoever that person was.
Some people stream when you go into their stream, they're doing a drunk stream. Like,
they're trashy. They go overboard.
It's really obvious they're drunk. Yeah, B said Mixer doesn't allow that. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff Mixer doesn't allow, but it still happens. And there's an etiquette to having a drunk stream. Like, obviously, don't be out here with a fucking fifth down in it, like full label out, everybody can see exactly what you're doing. Like, put that shit in a plastic cup. Like, if you're gonna do a shot,
Do
like,
what the ratchets do.
whatever,
Put it in a paper bag.
No, don't do that.
Put it in a paper bag. That's ratchet as fuck. I got a 40.
Exactly. Don't
I got a 40. Just ignore me. I'm doing a drunk stream.
And I'm guilty too. Like, I used to drink a beer on stream, and I was like, "What's the big deal? It's one beer. I'm of age. Who cares?" But now I'm like, if I'm gonna have a beer on stream, it's going in a cup. Nobody's gonna know what is in my cup. Like, just to avoid the.
You sound like Lil Wayne.
I don't know. I'm different. Okay, so first off, let me read some of these real quick, 'cause I don't want to miss chat.
Brown paper bag stream.
At the risk of being, what he said, at the risk of being sexist, a male drunk stream is a little different than a woman. I agree a little bit. I kind of see what you're getting at. I agree a little bit.
I can see that. Yeah.
Drunk stream, the drunk stream. Screw what people think. I agree. That's what I was gonna tell Queen. Like, those people who told you that, they just probably didn't want to be associated with you because they don't drink. But no, it's perfectly fine, especially if your community knows.
And that's what it came out to be. The person was
just didn't like it,
and just said, like, they didn't like it. They didn't like seeing it. It was their turn off.
I've been sober for 4 years, and I act like I'm drunk on stream sometimes. Brown paper bag stream. Put it in a sippy cup. LOL. I mean, like, listen. When I do my drunk stream, everybody knows I drink Fireball. And no, I don't show the label, but you see the bottle. And for me, like, I went through mixer standards and I went through mixer rules, and you know, and the rules, as long as you're not going overboard, you're good. Drinking is legal. I can do it on stream the same way, you know, weed is legal in some states. I think you can smoke on. It just depends on like where you live. They can't tell you not to do it unless you're like partnered to somebody. I'm just streaming. And like, I know for me, like when I do my drunk streams, I'm never like, I'm drunk sometimes, but like, I'm a funny drunk. Like, I'm still me. I'm still attentive. I still talk to people. I still game at a high level. No, honestly, like, I still game at a high level. I'm playing Call of Duty. I'm still like 20-9. Like, I can still play even though I'm drunk. The drunk stream just kind of adds a different dynamic to it for me. Like, it's just, you know, something that I want to do, and I think that's something that's fun for people to watch. Like, see me be disgusted by the shots that I take. Like, it just adds something to it, and it's just something different to do other than just be a damn gamer or just a damn streamer. And if you are that, that's cool. Right. But for me, I like to spice it up the same way we're spicing it up with this show, Brew Talk. You try to think of different ideas, just different things to do. You and your boys, you and your girls, you and your friends, whoever it is. You just do different stuff to just try. You're trying different stuff. Right. So the same thing with Brew Talk. I never was big into coffee. I am now because I started Brew Talk. Like, I'm drinking coffee. Yep. It's just something different. I want to relate to different people. Some people love drinking alcohol. I can relate to them. Some people love drinking coffee. I can relate to them. I'm just trying different things and experimenting to see.
People love smoking.
I'm definitely not gonna smoke. But if that was a thing, hey, I might smoke a hookah on camera, or an e-cigarette, or a cigarette, you know, whatever it is, just to, you know. Your community should be who you are in a way. So I want to attract people to what I do on a daily basis. I don't drink on a daily basis, but I do drink. I want to attract other drinkers. Like, we can relate to certain things. Like, you always want to be relatable to your community. So that's just one aspect of it. If I'm watching any streams, 9 times out of 10, I'm lit already. And the other one, Charlie, I'm on the way with a sword of broken bag.
For that follow.
So nothing wrong with it at all. Yeah, Charlie. Yeah. Respectable. He's something lit anyway. So I mean, I'm gonna watch other lit streamers. To be honest, I get where it's coming from though. On another, not because I have a mate who I don't think has been sober for like the last 6 years, and he streams, and you can physically see when he has hit his limit. By the viewers, they suddenly plummet when he starts getting rowdy. But he is funny as hell before that point. You know, again, some people shouldn't drink.
You should know that point though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it should be self-diagnosable. Like, when I am drinking, I'm like, I shake my head real quick left and right, and I'm like, okay, I'm dizzy. I should stop. I'm on stream. Let me just stop, and then I stop drinking. Like, that's my turn off point. If I go left and right and I'm like, oh shit, like, I probably can't stand up,
it's over.
I'm done. and I'm a big dude. Like, it takes a lot for me to get drunk. To be honest, most drunk streams are not even drunk. It takes a lot.
You just tipsy.
It takes a lot for me to get drunk. It's just, again, just something to do
Our
that was fun.
our first drunk stream, we were
Drunk.
gone.
Yeah, we were drunk.
Yes.
But like, I've also kept in mind what we talked about today. Being overly drunk is not funny, and it's kind of annoying to some people. So, I just take a couple sips, a couple shots, and we just leave it at that, and we just have fun. Let's see what else is going on. You're welcome. Oh, how you doing?
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, because we gotta wrap it up
We're
soon.
good.
So I want to make sure we hit all the don'ts.
So I'm gonna move on. So my next one is if you're a streamer and you are overly raging to the point where it's just annoying and that's all you ever do. It's
Excellent.
bye. I'm out. I can't do it.
Excellent.
I can't do it.
That's a
And
great
if you're
point.
gonna do like a community night or something,
Soft.
save your rage
Mm-hmm.
towards your community. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't want to play with you and you
Kid.
constantly accuse us of cheating, or you're constantly yelling and screaming. Like, that's just a turn off. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Another
I
do or
agree.
don't. Another don't for me. I do not like it when I'm sitting in somebody's chat and they're so focused on the numbers that like they call people out like, oh, whatever, so and so unfollowed me, or like
That's corny.
constantly
I know
like
people did that.
making people follow you, which is it's a don't. I don't know, it's kind of irritating for me. But if I go into a streamer's channel and they have a long list of things I need to do before I can play with them, I don't even want to play
with them.
Oh, that's a dub. That's a
I
whole dub.
don't.
So real quick
Can I
before
add
we
to the list?
go ahead. I just want to brush on raging, but go
Okay.
ahead.
Another don't I feel like is that when someone comes into the stream, because you have a lot of people that wants to be lurkers, and sometimes people are really shy, they don't know what to say or how to start conversation. I feel like you shouldn't be like, you can say what's up and be like, oh, hey, so and so, how you doing, and leave that at. Don't be like, oh, I see you over there lurking. Why aren't you talking to me? It's like, no, I think that's really
Never
corny. Like,
never
don't
push
call
a
people
lurker.
out.
Especially a lurker. Like, people just sometimes people are kind of shy, even behind the camera, even behind a phone screen. Like, they just don't want to talk, and that's fine. Like, you gotta just accept it for what it is. I think, prime example again is like Ninja. Somebody who has 10,000 viewers a day. Not all 10,000 people are talking. Probably a solid 1,000. The rest are just lurkers. like they're just watching.
I'm not gonna go to that list.
To me, in most streams, there's a lot more lurkers than people talking, and that's fine. Like, that still helps you build your community. If you're here, I appreciate you. As far as raging though, I'm gonna touch on that real quick. Yes. I was just talking about that. Streamers who play with viewers, not just followers, is one of the reasons I will stick in a stream and drop a follow. Thank you for some insight.
Agreed.
I might have to start doing that then. Okay. Thank you.
Really?
Yeah. I listen. I never thought about that. Go ahead.
Let me touch on that really quick.
Uh-huh.
The reason I play with anybody that comes into my stream and says, "Hey, do you want to play?"
Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow.
That's why I started streaming, was so that way I could play with other people, because I don't want to play by myself, build a community. The second reason is just, I don't feel as a viewer, if you're coming and getting to know somebody, they should have to check off this list to play with you. Like, obviously they want to play with you for a reason, and by you, what if they don't want to follow you, or what if they don't know your content enough they don't know you enough to want to follow you, but that's why they want to play with you, and you're making them go down this list, and you're kind of excluding them, because if they don't want to do it, then now they can't play with you. Like, that's why I don't do it. If you come into my channel and you want to play with me, I'm going to take the chance and play with you. Now, I know there's trolls, but if you come in here and you want to play with me and I let you play with me and you troll me, you're gone. But I'm not going to make people go through a checklist to play with me. Like, that's just
I agree. I think if someone lurked, they are just showing us love while they're busy. Exactly. I know I lurk a lot because, like, I'm busy a lot. Like, I just don't have a lot of time. Like, the fact, and, even like a host, like, if I do watch you for 30-40 minutes, I'm like, or like listen, not watch, because again, I'm busy. But if I do kind of watch or listen, and I'm like, all right, I'll drop a host, and it'll happen out of nowhere. I haven't said a word. You don't even know that I'm watching. I just drop it. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, I didn't know you were even in here. It's just like, sometimes we are too busy. But also get why some people don't play with people on certain games. But if as soon as they allow you, well, it's like, well, I could just follow, okay, play and then unfollow. There isn't any loyalty if you force it. I agree. Quick,
Exactly.
You're right.
I got like another 4 minutes before I gotta get off here. Raging on stream, I'm like torn between that. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like overly raging is annoying, but I think there's also a demographic for that. Believe it or not, like I think that people think it's genuinely hilarious, and like I've seen
It is.
like.
But
Go ahead. Go ahead.
when that's all you do all the
No,
time.
I agree. As I'm saying, like there's a fine line. Like, do I think that you could build a I think a deeper question that I'm trying to get at is, could you build a community strictly doing that type of thing constantly? No. But do I think that it's funny at times, and if you do it, I guess the correct way? Because I feel like a lot of times streamers rage on purpose and overdo it on purpose, just because they have the viewership. They're like, I got like 100 people watching, this could help me like get out there, equip this, watch this, and then like in their head they're saying that, and then like they start going crazy, and other viewers like, oh, that's hilarious, let's clip it, look how mad he is. You know, it could help you also. So I just wanted to make sure we touch on I don't know what's genuine anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. Like this whole fake it till you make it type of thing. There's so many people, different people doing it, that they're looking for, you know, clout, or they're looking for the extra follow, or they're looking for the Instagram fame, that they might overdo it, and the normal person probably can't tell, and they think it's hilarious, or they might think it's disgusting. But all publicity is really good publicity at this point for us. You know, like. If somebody did rage that hard and was faking it, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I just want to make sure that we know, like, it could be good and bad.
Could you really sit in somebody's stream where every stream, for 95% of the stream, they are raging?
No. That's what I said. You couldn't build a community.
Exactly.
You couldn't build a community. That's what I said. You definitely couldn't build a community. But I think that you could rage and gain a couple followers, or you could rage and gain some Instagram fame, or, you know, whatever the case may be, because like, again, I see certain streamers do it. I see streamers, that's my thing, I see it, like, again, not to keep bringing up Dr. Disrespect, but I see him a lot like on Instagram, like different pages that I follow. And a lot of people that share, snapping out like fucking Call of Duty, this, and people eat it up. They eat it up. They love it. You know what I mean? Like, no, he doesn't stream 90%. That's what I'm saying, Queen. You're not wrong. But what I'm saying is also, there's also a flip side, that if you are a rager, because, you know, there's other streamers in here. I'll make sure I encourage you. If you are a rager, turn it down, but also don't be afraid to turn it off completely. Because there is people out there that enjoy the hell out of that and think it's hilarious. And, you know, for the most part, it's immature people. And that's fine. Like, if that's fine for real, because I mean, I think it's stupid. I'm like, bro, relax, just a game. Even though I love video games, I'm super competitive. I'm like, I'm not gonna pop a blood vessel for Call of Duty. Relax. But there's a small demographic for it, and I think that if you do it the right way, you could. A rager could build a community, but only there to troll a streamer. And it's true, it could kill one. If you're kind of playing a character, then rage on. I agree with that, Charlie. Okay. But if you have to understand that we care about you guys and we really don't want to see you rage every day, true. That's true. Nope, I lurk and walk away because I still want to show them love. Respect, Jack, respect. Let's see. All these damn bots, Queen God, she got 1 million. Like every day, seriously, nah. You see me fake rage? Oh, Queen, you see me fake rage?
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, like
that's different.
Listen, my raging isn't entertaining. No, I'll be honest, it's not, because like that's why I try not to do it.
You know, it is to me though.
Oh my god.
You keep going off. But see, I know you. I know the dynamic of the group like that. So
that's true too. That's true too. You know
what I'm saying? But if somebody came off the street to your stream and saw you raging, like how you do sometimes at like Meet Your Move, like just going off, and they don't know your guys' group dynamic, they
that's
say,
true.
Oh, this guy's a fucking
that's a great point. Which is why I've been working on it. But you know,
Yeah,
you're right.
you really have been. I'll give you that.
No, I've definitely been working
But
on
once
it.
they sit around, by the time it's like the second stream, you can get the dynamic of your guys,
Right, relationship. Right,
and
right,
you
right,
can tell you guys have known each other for a long time.
right, right. You know what?
Oh,
That's
that's so sentimental and
excellent.
sweet.
Oh Jesus.
No,
No,
like
that's a solid point.
no cap.
That's a no
That's
cap.
really-
No cap.
Yeah,
No cap.
we gotta use it in lingo. I hear you out here. Okay, gangster, my fault.
That's
No
why,
cap.
like,
No cap.
that's why I started like really rocking with y'all
Mhm.
because you have such a group dynamic, like,
Mm.
and in that mix, I just kind of fit right in. So now it's like
No, you
we all
did.
have known each
You
other
did.
forever.
It was funny. You know what? That is
But it
so
was that group
fucking
dynamic
true.
that was
I feel like I've known you forever, and in reality,
Okay.
I've known you for like 3 months. But you just kind of fit. You know, it's the same thing with a lot of people in my
Damn, it's only
group.
been 3 months.
Well, something like 3 or 4 months. Like it's been something like that. You know, definitely not as long as I've known everybody else. Like I've known you for 7 years almost. I know Mook for 9 years. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people for like years. But you know, again, like if you do stop by the stream and you do watch us, like we're like one big family. Like we all just kind of get along.
Not
We all
familiar.
kind of fit in, and Queen kind of fit in too. So yeah, you're right. You're right. Not to get the beaten path, but you're right. Just to kind of fit in with the whole raging aspect. You know, if it is you and your boys, or you and your girls, or just you and your friends, then you guys do have that family aspect, kind of how we do. Certain things can be said, and it's just funny. Like the things that I've said to Meech, people probably look at me and be like, "Wow, you're rude," but Meech is just like, "Ha, that's just Jay." Like, but I get what you're saying. If
Right.
somebody random came into the stream one day and they saw how we communicated, they might be like, "Whoa, like this is not for me. Let me get the hell out of here." But like in reality,
Jay,
just,
hold
I was
on, we
playing
got a
around.
question. The Jackals asks, what if your friend? Oh my goodness.
What
this
if friend?
chat
Oh, I
jump.
see. What if your friend you know forever the N word or the F word slip out? How do you deal with it? Well, the N word for us.
Oh yeah, that's perfect for y'all.
I was about to say no. Yeah, it's excellent. Well, shit.
Hey,
Listen.
Charlie, welcome to the squad.
I gotta get dressed in like 2 minutes. So like, oh, I gotta get ready for work in like in 2 minutes. So
Yeah, you want
I
power through it?
yeah, I'll power through it. So with the N word, especially coming from where we come from, we we come
That's a whole
from the no. Hold on. Let me finish. If you're using A at the end of the thank you for the follow, Charlie. I appreciate it. If you're using A at the end of the N word, it's okay for us. It's just a term of endearment. That is how we speak to each other. Where we're from, it's acceptable. Now, I try not to do it on stream regardless, because I am understanding that some people don't want to hear that. It's a huge turnoff, even with the A at the end. Now, if you're using the ER at the end, completely done. Like, if I hear you say it while I'm on stream, even if you're my boy, I'm checking you, I'm muting you, I'm getting you at the party. If you're using the ER and you're around me, period, it's over. It's over.
You're done.
Like, there's a few people. I will say this: there's a few people like in my group that, again, I've known for 10 plus years, that we say it kind of jokingly, and even though it's not a joke, it's not. It's not, but we had that type of relationship where we can say it just like behind closed doors, and it's kind of like a funny thing. But using the A at the end, I don't think it's that big of a deal, especially like when you're one of us and like you've lived in certain situations and you're from where we're from. Like, we really come from the hood. Like, we're really like, you know, ghetto, and not ghetto, but we're really from the hood. Like, we really came from the streets, and then in the streets, it's acceptable. Like in school, and especially in inner city schools, it's acceptable. We all said it to each other. We all kind of kept it. But I also understand if you don't like it, that's why I don't say it as much as stream. Although, as a black man, I don't want to talk about this. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a weird conversation. It really is. But 90% of, like, not even 90, all of my friends are black. I'm the only Puerto Rican kid out of all my friends. We all kind of agree, especially like in my group, that this just is what it is. Growing up where we grew up at, going to inner city schools, doing all that, it's still not acceptable. Let me just throw that out there. I'm not saying it's acceptable. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I don't use the word as much anymore. I barely use it. I use bro, and I use like family, like whatever the case may be. But there is 1 or 2 times where it does come out, just because it just happens. What I'm saying is,
That's
if
so
you're a
used to knowing that.
viewer, I wouldn't take offense to it unless it had the ER at the end. That's a big difference. But if it's just you and your boys and you're just doing it real quick and it happens, it just happens. But if you're doing it every other word, every other sentence, and you do it like 8 times a stream, you're doing too much. Because there is better words to choose because of the past of that word. So again, if it happens once in a while, cool. It's just like in the mix. It's you and your boys. I know for me, every time I play Xbox is with my boys. It happens. I say it sometimes, but I'm also understanding that I can't always say that word, and it's not okay to use it at all in any facet. But it does happen. It does happen. See, I'm mixed, and they know not to say it around me. But wait, let me see. Sorry, it just restarted. But his boy said it, and I wanted to snap, but I wanted to get others' opinions. Listen, everybody has their own opinion, bro. Everybody has their own opinion,
If you feel like
Jackal.
it's wrong,
If you feel like it's wrong,
I mean, I
it's
ain't gonna be out
wrong.
here saying it.
Wait, what you say?
I said I ain't gonna be out here saying it. Definitely not the ER.
No, definitely not the
Even
ER.
with I ain't
Definitely not
gonna be out
the
here
ER.
saying that,
I
like,
almost said it once on stream,
how
but
would
I
that
changed
look?
it to Ninja. Ninja's a good one. That's a good way to replace it. Go ahead. What were you saying, Queen?
I was like, but how would that look on me? Like, honestly, how would y'all view me if I was out here just slinging that word left and right?
Left and
Like,
right.
or even not even left and right, just occasionally.
you said the ER.
No,
Like
no,
that?
No,
ignore the ER. We all
No.
agree that the ER is just out of the conversation now. We're done with the ER. I don't
Okay,
want to
okay.
mention the ER anymore. I'm done with the damn ER. We're gonna talk about A. Just
I'm
A.
talking about like as viewers, if they came in here and I'm just using it, like,
I'm gonna say, if you're talking to me, I wouldn't care.
excessive, no. But if it's like,
Especially that I know that you're
occasionally, to me, I
okay.
still feel like, nah, it wouldn't look right.
There's certain people that
Nah,
can get
like,
away with the
you
A,
know
and there's certain
though.
people who can't. Like the one dude in my
Lafert? Oh.
No, the first I'd be cool with. He half black, and I knew he grew up in the streets. It's okay with certain people. It's for me, but everybody got that. I think we have to get a better than A or ER because most people with bad intentions slip through the cracks. That's a whole conversation we have at the next minority meeting. No. Again, Charlie, you're completely right, which is why I'm making sure I premise my conversation on I don't think it's okay anymore, period. I used to use I'll be honest, I used to use the word every other sentence because that's how naive and stupid I was at a young age.
We were young.
But now that I'm older, I understand that, again, not everybody wants to hear it, and it's just not an okay term, period. But what I am saying is if it does come out on stream, I don't mean anything by it. And if you're a viewer, I feel like you're allowed to check me. Not even check me, just be like, hey, like, I don't like that word, can you not use it again? Cool. Now I'm like extra, like in it, like, okay, make sure you don't use that word, Jay. Don't let it slip out. People don't like it. I am that way now, but if it does slip out of rage or out of joking or out of whatever, or you hear one of my boys say it in party, you're gonna say, hey, like, I'm not a fan of that. And you know, it's just understandable.
Right.
But Queen, if you use the word, I wouldn't care. I just wouldn't.
No, you solid in our book.
If Shadow used the word, I'm smacking him. It's just different. Shadow is born in the suburbs. He is like the definition of like suburb kid. You just can't use the word. Like you just can't. And again, nobody should really use the word, but some people get the pass. Some people get the pass.
Right.
If you're a suburb kid, you're never gonna get that pass from me. I just don't care.
I'll cheer.
Whether that's a naive way of thinking or whatever the case may be, is just where I'm from and how I was raised and born and taught. That's just what it is. I don't think anybody should use the word. Let me just say that again. I don't think but if you do use the word, you gotta make sure you're from where it's acceptable and you really, it's accepted. Certain people just can't say it and certain people can just get away with it. I agree with him more. Thank you. I try to make sense of it, especially with like a topic like this. I think it's a topic that needs to be had. I think it was a great topic. We got off the beaten path a little bit, but we didn't actually. Don't use the ER in stream under any case. And if you do use the A, make sure you're doing it in the appropriate way and in an appropriate time. No, you shouldn't be using the A 24/7. You shouldn't be using the A at all. But if it does come out and it does happen, you just kind of make sure your community is okay with it. And if your community is not okay with it, it's something you have to focus on and work on. I was raised in the hood and suburbs. What you saying about the suburb kids? That's a good one. That's a good one. What I'm saying is, you could say it once a year. That's what I'm saying. Since you're from the hood and the suburbs, you can say the word once a year. You get a once a year pass. That's it.
A once-year black pass.
That's it. After that, you're back to being a suburb kid. That's it. That's it. After that, you get one. You get 365 days. That's it. You get one. You get a holiday. Right, that's it. On Christmas, you can use the word once. After that, it restarts. That's it. Nah, I'm not saying anything, bro. Like, you could be from the suburbs, but I'm saying, like, again, we people who do say it know who can't say it. Let me just say that. You know when you're in the street, you know who can say it and who's not gonna say it. Oh, my dad was raised in the projects, but moved to the suburbs of Akron. Oh, and y'all should know Akron suburbs are fancier. I mean, again, bro, listen. I use suburbs as an idea, or just like a starting point. I live in the suburbs now. I'm no longer in the hood. I moved my kids out. I moved my fiance out. I've been in the suburb. Yeah, I've been in the suburb for,
I'm a suburban.
5-6 years now. I hate it. I love where I'm from, but I hated being in the hood. I just hate, like, I kind of miss it in a weird way, but like I hated it. I always wanted to get out because, like,
I do too. I thought I was the only one.
No,
I miss the hood.
Different conversation. I don't miss it that much, but all because you're from the suburbs, I'm not saying that you can't use it. Again, you know who can. You know who can. Let's just leave it at that. You know who can use it. You know who can't.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta get ready for work. I live a normal damn life, unfortunately, so I have to get ready to. Yeah, I need to get ready. So I want to say thank you for everybody who's in here. Thank you for all the follows. Make sure you tune in. We are doing Brew Talk with Queen. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 9 a.m. What was that? Ooh, how can I join this chat? Ooh, you know what? If you follow,
I think we should start doing.
I was gonna say that.
Start doing some guest
if you follow one of us, you follow Queen, you follow me, whoever the case may be, and you follow them on social media, or if you want to whisper to them on Mixer, whatever the case may be, we can get you like settled in. Yeah, we can get you settled in. Just reach out to one of us personally. We can make it happen. I'm down for that. Mm-hmm. But I gotta go. I hope everybody has a good day. I hope everybody has a good morning.
Yeah.
Good one. All right. Sounds good. You should do that. You're a beautiful person.